Hey YouTube, it's Dr. O. Working on a 2008 Hemi Dodge Ram, 5.7 liter. Has a check engine light on and some codes for an EGR valve. You can see here on the scan tool we have two codes, a P0406 and a P0403. So now we're looking at the data stream and we can see the EGR sensed voltage. Been watching it for a little while, and key on, engine off. The voltage is kind of flopping all over the place here. Should be a good steady reading. Occasionally it's jumping up to 5 volts. That's causing the open circuit code to set because it's acting just like the EGR valve's unplugged, but theoretically that voltage should be holding good and steady. So we're going to take and change the EGR valve and check our results then. Okay YouTube, so here's the EGR valve. It's a pretty simple change. It's got a red lock tab here in your lock. Just take and push it over there to the right towards the belt. It's got a pinch tab. You just pinch it, you release it, get it unhooked. 4 bolts that hold it on. Got two here on the EGR pipe, then you got 2 going in the EGR valve itself. If you've already got the new one at hand, you'll be able to see that yourself. And so just go ahead and remove the 2 bolts out of the EGR pipe, remove the 2 bolts out of the head, and then take your EGR valve off. Okay, now that you have the old EGR valve off, go ahead and compare it to the new one. Make sure it looks the same. Plug configuration, bolt configuration, make sure you've got all new gaskets for it, and go ahead and reinstall it. Okay, now that that's done, the last thing we got to do here is clear the codes. Okay, the codes are cleared. If you have access to a scan tool and it has bidirectional support, you can actually go through and test the EGR system, and I'll just add this little bit here on the end of the video, show you how that's done. Okay, so we've got the engine running, we got it warmed up, idled down. We're going to come over, use our scan tool, which enables bidirectional support, so it's going to allow us to test the EGR system with the engine running. What we're going to do is just open the EGR valve. More than likely the engine's going to stumble severely, or most likely going to stall. So we're going to go ahead and just open the EGR valve to flow 400 grams per second, and it should stall the engine. You can see in this case it did. So that indicates to us that the EGR valve's opening, it's functioning as intended. So we're going to go ahead and just take this car for a ride and make sure the light stays out and get it to run a drive cycle.